Coming up on the Angus Report, U.S. beef exports add value to feeder cattle, almost $300 per head.
Results from the annual Here's the Premium study by Certified Angus Beef.
Advancements in fetal programming to develop higher performing calves.
And how an open gate policy at 5-Star Land and Livestock builds trust with consumers.
This is the Angus Report. Hello and welcome to the Angus Report. I'm Bob Cervera.
And I'm Crystal Albers.
Our top news this week. The U.S. beef export market experienced strong growth in 2016, up 12% from the year prior. Known as the quality leader on the global stage, U.S. beef products have recently made great strides with key trade partners Japan and Korea. Dan Hallstrom with the U.S. Meat Export Federation says the boost overseas adds real value back home for the nation's cattle producers.
For every animal slaughtered, value-wise, $294 currently is the value attributable to the export market. And the good shift that's going on right now is that we've seen our share in the past year grow dramatically into Japan and Korea. And part of it is we have more supply and more competitive prices, but also part of it is that we're seeing a decreased supply out of Australia. You know, they're coming out of a drought, they're starting to get rain, and they're retaining cattle, so there's less meat supply available. So this is a good thing for us. We have a little bit of a tailwind that's helping us. So we're seeing a dramatic shift in share to our advantage, especially as it relates to chilled beef into Japan and Korea.
Industry experts forecast continued growth in the export market for 2017. And you can learn more about trade efforts online at usmef.org.
While the cattle market fell from record highs in 2014 and a steep dive to last fall's low, the relative demand for quality and premium bids for Angus calves has fared much better. That's what the 2016 Here's the Premium study found in its latest analysis of calf prices. Certified Angus Beef Director of Industry Information, Steve Souther, explains how Angus cattle held their value during times of falling cattle prices.
The reputation that Angus has built up as dependable, functional cattle that gain in grade has held up, and when the market begins to fall or there's this hard dramatic crash like there was, the Angus cattle hold their value better. The Angus premium on steers over non-Angus steers only fell 32%. That's compared to 56% down on commodity cattle. They hold their value better and don't fall as hard when the whole market is coming down.
For more from the Here's the Premium study, visit cabpartners.com.
The beef industry has made great strides toward improving favorable tenderness ratings for beef steaks in recent years, an effort in place since 1990. Funded by the Beef Checkoff, the 2015-2016 National Beef Tenderness Survey reports that quality retention has occurred despite environmental and financial challenges that could have derailed its progress. The survey, conducted by Texas A&M University, says that even through periods of drought, fluctuating supply, and rising input costs, the tenderness of beef produced in the United States has remained steady and often improved. They attribute increased aging time, longer and slower chill rates, and more branded programs at retail, all as reasons for the improvements. Visit mybeefcheckoff.com to learn more.
It's the time of year when many ranchers are welcoming new calves to the herd or making plans for the upcoming breeding season. Genetic decisions on herd sires and matings considered today will impact progress for generations to come. A research scientist with the U.S. Meat Animal Research Center reminds us that a calf's potential begins in early gestation, and efforts to understand fetal programming or developmental programming can improve management in health, productivity, and reproduction.
Fetal programming is the idea that we can alter the structure and the function of organs by the environment in which they develop, with that idea on the positive side becoming, now if we understand it, can we start targeting animals toward their niche in the production cycle? So start feeding dams in a way that would target her male offspring for better, or steer offspring for better carcass composition, and make more fertile replacement heifers.
Cushman was a featured speaker at the Applied Reproductive Strategies in Beef Cattle Conference, and you can learn more at appliedreprostrategies.com.
The early months of the year are also a good time to collect key data points on yearling bulls and developing females. Kelly Ritalik of Angus Genetics Incorporated offers advice in her monthly Angus Journal column, By the Numbers. In addition to collecting yearling weights and ultrasound data, Retallic advises producers to consider adding measures for docility and foot scores. Temperament scoring helps identify differences when processing cattle through the chute and is part of an ongoing effort to better predict docility. Yearling time is also the earliest point when foot scores can be collected. As the association gathers additional foot score data, AGI hopes to establish a selection tool for use by seed stock and commercial cattlemen. And producers are advised to collect DNA for testing any time they're working with cattle, so it's on hand when needed to submit for genomic results. Visit Angus.org for more information on the breed's performance programs and genetic evaluation. We go now to Jenna McCrell for a look at the Angus headlines you need to know this week.
The deadline is fast approaching for the Beef Leaders Institute, a premier leadership experience offered by the American Angus Association. Now in its 10th year, BLI provides a look into the entire beef supply chain, from the feedlot to the packer, and all the way to the Certified Angus Beef brand headquarters in Worcester, Ohio. Participants will gain first-hand knowledge while touring the American Angus Association, leading technology companies, and sharing their thoughts with fellow cattle producers. Go online to angus.org to submit an application before the March 1st deadline. This sales season, you'll find much activity on angusauctions.com, a partnership between DV Auction and Angus Media. Cattle sales from all parts of the country will be broadcast live on the website, as well as featured online-only offerings. Visit angusauctions.com to browse upcoming sales, view photos, and watch videos of the top quality genetics up for auction. Events are closing almost daily over the next couple of months, and we invite you to check back often to see what's in store. Set up your account online today at angusauctions.com. The National Junior Angus Show will celebrate a major milestone in 2018 as it hosts the 50th anniversary event in Madison, Wisconsin. The National Show is a summer highlight for many Angus juniors and their families, and the American Angus Association is proud of the young leaders it has encouraged over the past 5 decades. The 50th National Junior Angus Show will be sponsored by both the Illinois and Wisconsin Junior Angus Associations, and you can stay tuned to angus.org for more information on shows presented by the National Junior Angus Association. And that's what you need to know this week in the Angus business.
When we return, beef consumers are always welcome on the ranch at 5 Star Land and Livestock.
Then we visit the Stroman Ranch in North Dakota and experience their family's love for raising Angus cattle.
Visit angus.media to continue watching this episode of the Angus Report.
This isn't a 9-to-5 job. So when you check the pants one last time, put away the tools, and make sure everything's ready to hand off to the night crew. It's not the clock that tells you the day is over. It's the confidence of knowing you got it right. It's having one less thing to worry about when the sun goes down. So when you see the signs of BRD, choose confidence. Choose Zuprevo from Merck Animal Health. Talk to your veterinarian about Zuprevo for BRD treatment.
Briarwood Farms is turning green grass into black gold with their 2017 offering on March 19th in Butler, Missouri. Bid to win herd building genetics from ET packages by 10X and Sit's Top Game out of Sid Gen Foundation Buena Ann. Or set your sights on Springer Fall Bulls with genetics to grow your herd all the way from pasture to plate. Looking for females? Briarwood has productive open bred and cow-calf pairs ready to turn green grass into black gold, including daughters by Sid Gen, CC and 7 and Deer Valley All In. Sale begins at 1 p.m. at Briarwood Farms on March 19th, or view the sale online. And don't forget, every bull buyer is entered for a chance to win a commercial heifer.
Looking for high-quality, range-raised bulls and females this spring? McCabe Genetics invites you to their 24th annual bull and commercial female sale, selling 1,000 head of high-quality cattle, all of them exposed to fescue, 190 Angus bulls, yearlings, 18 months and 2-year-olds, 60 Hereford bulls, 18 months and 2-year-olds, and 750 count of commercial females consigned by these operations sell. March 23rd at McCabe Genetics near Elk City, Kansas. Starts promptly at noon. Visit McCabeGenetics.com or call 620-332-4244. We'll see you March 23rd.
Today's beef consumer has questions. BQA has the answers. Your Beef Quality Assurance certification allows you to share a story that assures customers that you are responsibly raising a safe, wholesome, and healthy beef supply. Becoming BQA certified just became even more convenient with a new interactive training experience that is online and available 24/7. So what are you waiting for? Get started today by visiting bqa.org.
I'm Jimmy Taylor, and my wife Tracy and I run Taylor Ranch, which is located near Cheyenne, Oklahoma. I use GMAX Advantage in my decision making in two different ways. The first way is as a culling tool. We collect blood on the heifers when they're 2.5 months old, so by the time I wean them, I've already got the genetic data in hand, and I can use that if we've got some outliers that don't need to stay in the herd. When we first started years ago, we were probably in the 15% range on prime grade. Our next to last load of steers went 55% prime, and the last group of steers we sent went a little under 58%. And that's dollars in our pocket. And when we make consumers happy, they want to buy more beef.
Learn more at GeneMaxAdvantage.com.